Yeah. Hello again there, Chris McBee. What that is why deplorable S can never have any nice. That troll should be hanged just for the terrible music he was playing. uh, I, this is like the second time I've done this. Did a Google's Hangout, and I did not know I could get kicked off my own Hangout, but oh well, live and learn. I guess I could put a link down below if somebody wanted to join me. I don't know. Or I don't have to pick and choose from now on. Or we'll just sit here and chat. So, welcome back, regular 308. FLP told me not to put the link down below again, so I guess I won't. The first time I did, I got that idea from Is Your Six Covered? You know, I joined him on the chat one time. But anyway, here we are. So, where were we? I remember talking about Glocks and SIGs. I think they're both solid weapons. I have never used M&P. Yeah. Chris McBee. I'm guessing that somebody tried to join, didn't know what they were doing. Either that or there's a really good troll and didn't know what they're doing. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I had never. I've heard a lot of people talk about Springfield XDs and it was Smith and Wesson M&P handguns. I never used those. Like this day and age, these days I'm just kind of sticking to the Glocks, especially for a carry pistol. I've been considering getting the new Ruger LCP2 as a pocket pistol or backup, but it's got features. Got several Glock features, and it's to me it's more advanced than the LCP. Uh, really liking the LCP2. I actually used to have an ankle holster for my Kel-Tec 380, but somebody want to throw a question out or talk about something? Start a subject. Sure. Okay, Chris McBee. I have a couple of M&P 9 full size, and they shoot well, but magazines are so expensive for them. Don't stock up. My Glock were in 1911 magazine. Yeah. Okay. I got a few. I got a 1911. I got a few magazines for it. I don't have a lot. I used to do IDPA. I started off doing IDPA with my 1911. It's just a Rock Island Armory. Um, Pretty good gun. I like. I still have it. I actually keep it by the door. But yeah, he got like at 45. It's got some juice. I actually I don't know how close to death this deer was. I actually finished off a deer with a 1911 one time with just a tool of 40 full metal jacket 45. Um, his deer was it was wound. I mean, I don't know if it was like a shoulder wound, leg wound, or whatever. But I took the 45 and aimed behind the front shoulder and shot it. And as soon as I did, that deer was pretty much done. And I skinned it out, and just it was like the bruise and the wound was just massive. I mean, it was crazy. But carry a FAL and 308 most of the cost. Okay, you got a FAL there regular. Um, I was talking about the HK. Was it the M91? It was 308. I always for when I was a kid, I liked the looks of the HK, but as I got older, I started hearing more about the FALs, and I've never owned either one of them, but maybe someday I will. Okay. Yeah. Chris McBee says he's had Rock Islands too, and pretty solid. Y'all seen the Rock Island 12 gauge they got now? It's like got a 5 round magazine. I seen one of them in the gun shop the other day for just under $500. It actually takes choke tubes also. Uh, but I actually ended up. I don't know if you knew I had the Saiga 12 gauge. I actually sold it just not too long ago. Um, I thought about doing some modifications, doing the Kushner pup modification because I never owned a bull pup gun. I thought it might be cool to do that to the Saiga, but the Saiga seemed like it has some reliability issues, and there was actually a kit you could buy called the reliability kit. I guess it was little bit of a weaker spring to allow you to shoot some bird loads or something. But anyway, instead of sinking a bunch of money into the Saiga, I ended up selling it. So I think it's about the time I bought that outbuilding. I got an outbuilding I was going to someday turn into an off-grid cabin to go on my 16 acres. Your Saiga is only reliable with high brass. Yeah, I never really even fired the Saiga all that much. I just know some bird loads didn't work so well. Each K roller is assembly for the bolt is a fire to get break it down. Mr. Liberty, I actually I erased the link because somebody kicked me off of my own live chat. If you do you want in, I'll try to send you a link if you can give me some kind of email address. Uh, FLP told me not to post a link no more, so I'm gonna go with what he said. Uh, or email me at Nathan Forrest, Nathan spelled with a E, not an A, at gmail.com, and I'll send you a link. Actually, I could probably write that down below, but all right. Mr. Liberty talks to me a lot. He talks to me a lot. Writes comments, a lot of big comments. So, all right. So, what have y'all got going on for Mr. Liberty? Going to edit this. All right. FAL, the right arm of freedom. Jeremiah Johnson. Right arm of freedom. Like I say, I've never used FAL, but I am liking my AR 10 though pretty well. Just being able to get Mac, the I got several P Max for my AR 10, and I actually set up took it deer hunting one time, missed a deer with it. But I actually run an IDPA side match with my AR 10 once. I got I got a red dot on a 45-degree angle. And for a close range, I took the bipod use it for a I used my bipod kind of like a vertical grip. I turned it, I canned it where I could use my red dot. And I shoot my short range shots with it, and then I had my scope set up for about. I think I had it set up for 100 yards, but yeah. But anyway, so with that IDPA match, using a 308, I didn't have to put as many rounds downrange as the guys using 223 and 7.62 with 39. And in the scope division, I actually won it with my AR-10 because, and it was mostly because I didn't have to put as many round downrange as other people. But you know, that was their rules, and I play by their rules and beat them. So um, I'd been to the match before and used 223 or even well, actually I used the AK one time, and you know the AK will thump you pretty good. AK thumps you better than AR-15, and I got a little miffed because I come in the iron sight division. I come in second place behind a guy using the HK91 in the 308 because he didn't have to fire as many rounds. And I was kind of miffed, but hey, Chuck Connors, glad you see you back there. Um, let's see. I'm trying to do something here. Y'all, where am I? Got all kinds of stuff going on. All right, let's just X that out. That'd be a good idea. All right. Um, you know what, Mr. Liberty, if you're still watching, I'm gonna put my email address in the comments if you want to join me and send me an email. Or any of my any of you guys in the chat want to join me or whatever, send me an email and I'm gonna send you a link. And I keep me from getting kicked off my own chat again. uh, that's my email address. To you care to join? All right. So yeah, I guess we're talking about the weapons and firearms for SHTF. You know, now's the time to get what you need to survive. You know, whether it's AR-15, AK, you know, I ain't gonna dispute which one's better. Uh, the one thing, you know, not too long ago, I've been considering like a firearm for wintertime and one specifically designed for wintertime. I believe the AK is probably uh you know, it's kind of the inclement weather weapon. You know, it can take some mud, it can take snow, whatever. The loose tolerances are probably allow it to keep operating when the AR-15 may shut down. So I'm thinking about commissioning an AK. I'm actually considering buying a Arsenal AK. Uh, I seen one on a local gun trader here not too long ago. The guy actually wanted to trade some kind of bullpup or something for it, but so I'd actually considered getting Arsenal and kind of commission it as my wintertime rifle. And I'd kind of like to have the best AK I could get my hands on, but but for as long as if I could have multiple weapons during SHTF, I'm thinking maybe the AR-15 would be the main one I'd run. Um, one of the reasons I like ARs is the fact I can use the CMMG 22 long rifle kit. So if I was, my plan is not, some people I guess are in the urban areas, suburban areas, are planning on fighting for their lives to get out of those areas, I'm guessing. And that's not really my plan. If my plan works, I'm going into I may have to go a little further into the mountains. I don't know. I'm uh I'm pretty much in the rural area, and so if I can hunker down, that's what I'm going to do. Um, so if I can shelter in place here in my home, that's definitely definitely what I'm going to do. But if something really bad happened, I had to go into the woods, further into the woods. I'm probably taking my AR, and that way I have something I can kill big game with. The 223 will kill, well, it will kill deer. And in some states it's not legal, but it will kill deer if you shoot them in the neck or the head. So AK AK a lot of people have compared AKs to 30-30s, which everybody knows 30-30s kill deer. But one thing I watched a video about, these guys had an old house and they were shooting different cartridges. They were shooting AR-15 and the AK into the house to see how many walls it would penetrate. And the AK bullets from the AK were just penetrating numerous walls, even refrigerator. You know, they had tons of penetration. The AR-15 wasn't penetrating as much as the AK. So, okay, I'm reading Chris McBee's comment here. He's up in the woods. Chris McBee. Uh, yeah. Hey, D Eagle, what's going on, brother? We're having a weapons discussion tonight, D Eagle. What you got going on? Uh, Another thing we talk about SHTF weapons. Like I said earlier, get your ammo now. Get your. I don't care if you use a 22 or AR. Just get something. Get several thousand rounds of ammunition while you still have a chance. Don't rely on a bow, crossbow, or muzzleloader to get you the resources you need. Or I've hunted with those weapons for the past 20 years, and they're pretty sorry. But anyway, I'll show you tonight a little something here. This is my AR-15 with I got a sight mark 5-power scope, night vision scope. This is the only. I figure if SHTF does happen, I'm going to need a good night weapon. So that's it right there. So I've commissioned one AR for nighttime use. So of course I'm gonna have to start stockpiling AA batteries. Either that or get a bunch of rechargeable and solar power charging stations. So Yeah. Chris McBee says he don't think he'll see ammo, accessories, or firearms cheaper than they are now. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. I guess about the I never thought I'd see a day when you buy AR-15 or build one for $400. Used to the Mini 14 was about $400. This is a long time ago. The Mini 14 was about 400, and the AR-15 was shoot. It was upward $700-800. I thought that was a crazy price to give on one, but this day and age, the Mini 14's like $600-700, and AR-15 you can build one for four. If you got parts laying around, you can build them for less. But anyway, so let me write my email address down again. Let's see. Let me check the email. Oh, that's the main my perimeter. Driveway alarm went off. Just back in the trailer. So, I don't know who that is. Anyway, wrong house. uh, Chuck Connors, I have an M92 PAP and M-PAP under folder. They both good. If you change out the thing, Shepherds, that look like Christopher, $5 a can. Get some PAP M92 PAP under folder. Yeah. The only AKs I got are, I think they're all one of them Romanians. I think. I thought about selling a couple of them just to buy that one good arsenal, but hmm, okay. Let's change. I'm gonna give y'all. All right, I'm putting that link down, or my email address down below again. So if any of y'all want to jump on here and join me, send me an email, and I'll send you a link. Uh, I'll just send Chris McBee one. I don't know if he'll join me or not. Got his email address. Open chat. What in the world? Oh, 1 minute. It's on a different email. uh, all right, Mr. Liberty. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just trying to get a grasp on everything here. Can y'all hear me? What you got going on, Mr. Liberty? Mr. Liberty. Um, you asked about link, Mr. Liberty. If you want to send me an email up there in the comments, I will send you the link, and you can join me. Hey, buddy. Go on, the Eagle. I got 7 watching now. Uh, so, discussion. Anybody got any questions? Any questions about what they seen me doing? So I took I'll talk about the budget blaster. I know several of you have been watching my budget blaster project. Not counting the parts I had here at the house, I actually do. I have about $300 in the whole thing. It I took it out to range at 100 yards. For some reason, I could not get it to group, and I like to think I'm a little bit better shot than that. So then I thought maybe the receiver wobble, between the lower and the upper receiver where it wobbles, it was might be affecting the accuracy. So I actually worked on that today. I got the wobble out, and I hadn't made it back to the range yet. So next day or two, I should be able to get out there and maybe I can post some kind of results. I don't know if I'll do a video about it, but I'll tell you about it later on if it worked or not. But anyway, it functioned 100% as far as you know functionality. It worked. It just for whatever reason I couldn't get a good group with the iron sights. So hopefully I got that problem solved. I'll just have to go back out to range and try again. But that didn't solve the problem. I'm probably going to mount a red dot on there and see if I can get any accuracy then. Uh, so I'll just ask a question and see what y'all comment down below. Okay, D Eagle says, "What's the difference between an M16A1 and an A2?" The A1, from my understanding, then there was just the M16 model, and it didn't have. I think it didn't have the forward assist. And then they come out with the M16A1. Maybe M16A1 did have the forward assist. It also had the M16, but the M16A1 was full auto, and it did. I think it had a forward assist, and later on they come out with the M16A2, which had 3-shot burst and semi-auto, and the A2 had the M16A1 can't handle heavier bullets like what is it? Well, we use a 67 grain SS-109 penetrator core bullets now. The M16A1 couldn't handle those bullets. They would at close ranges, those bullets would tumble through the air, and when they hit the targets at keyhole, I actually qualified at 25 meters with an M16A1 firing A2 ammo, and it was crazy. But I did qualify. But some of them bullets was like hit completely sideways. It's kind of funny. A2. Oh, that the budget blaster is not actually an A2 upper. It's actually a mid length. Uh, it's a mid length 16-inch, or unless you're talking about the A2 receiver. I actually have the A2. I do have an A2 receiver, but as far as the length of the barrel on the budget blaster, it's just a 16-inch. It does look cool. I don't like the actual 20-inch A2 barrels, but see what Chris McBee says here. If it ends up being a side issue, let me know. I have some. Uh, okay, Chris McBee. I'll keep that in mind. Saints and Saps, 62 grains. G. D. The sights are different. I have an A1. Oh yeah, let's see. What was it? The backside Chuck Connors. The backside's different, I believe. Maybe it's been so long since I had a A1. When I come in the military in the Army Reserve, that was our first That was my rifle, an M16A1, and I thought it was cool as crap because I had full auto. When I went through basic training, I had an M16A2, and well, when you qualify semi-auto, but we go out on FTX with blanks. I'd flip it over to 3-shot burst and just thought it's cool. But and then I got to my actual unit, and we had the M16A1s, and so it had safe, semi, and rock and roll. I like the rock and roll mode. So the A1 shorter also. The fixed sight on the A1. 10-inch barrel AR pistols. Mr. Liberty says, what's the thoughts on the 10.5-inch barrel AR-15 pistol? I've never owned an AR-15 pistol. Um, I, I couldn't really tell you what what to think, what my thoughts are on that, because I've never owned one. Maybe somebody else can answer that question for Mr. Liberty. Chuck Connor, Chris, yeah. Both A1 and A2 stocks. Tell a big difference. I don't know. Chuck Connors saying there's a difference between the A1 and A2 stock. I don't know. Okay, Chris B said he got 10.5-inch 5.56 pistol. It runs well, Mr. Liberty. So you guys get. Mr. Liberty says he sees guys got 200 and 300-yard targets. Is that iron sided, Miss? Oh, you're talking about the short barreled ones, ain't you? Okay. Yeah, I don't know nothing about those pistol carbines like that, or AR-15 pistols. Hmm. I really don't got a dog in that fight there. So I do have one of the AK pistols. I don't use it very much, but Chris McBee says his 10-inch barrel pistol is solid out to 300, 350 yards, but what to have it depend on much further than that. 10, 7.5. Yeah. Yeah. I've thought about getting one of the AR type pistols since I think legally, as far as I know, legally you can shoulder them. I don't know if that's ever going to change, but all right, Mr. Liberty, I just sent you a link. I didn't realize you sent me an email there. If you want to join me, just tap on that link there, and hopefully everything will work good. So, excuse me. Mr. Liberty, I'm assuming you sent me an email, but I sent you the link to join me here if you want to. Mr. Liberty, I figure most fights in the survival situation will be close, tend to keep distances in a little fight. Um, I'd say as far as the range that most self defense fights probably are under 100 yards. My understanding, most of the firefights in Iraq happen under 100 yards, and That's my understanding. Uh, I think in Afghanistan, it all depends on your terrain. Here in the mountains, the biggest, if it was just Red Dawn scenario, Russians invading, a lot of my shots probably going to be under 200 yards up here in the mountains. Oh, we got somebody joining me here.
Hey, this is Liberty, Mr. Liberty.
Hey, man, thanks for joining me here. What you got on your mind this evening?
Just want to jump on, see what's going on.
Well, I appreciate it. Just feel kind of lost here talking to myself.
Yeah. Yeah, you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been curious about that 10.5 inch barrel because I see a lot of guys getting those decent distances out there, and I figure myself, you're not going to be doing that much fighting in a survival situation. You're going to be trying to just survive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah. I mean, if people, if at all, I mean, it's better to stay out of them situations if at all possible. I mean,
absolutely.
It's one of the things. I don't care how good you are. Sooner or later, you're going to lose a firefight.
Absolutely.
I mean, a whole lot of firefights is just, to me, it's just luck. You might be luckier than the other person, but so if I can avoid them, that's my plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I've even looked at a bolt action 44 mags, and I actually ended up buying one of the Ruger M77s, and I actually like it. The only thing is it don't hold a lot of ammo, and the ammo's expensive.
Right.
I do reload for it, but
yeah, I like them 44s, especially for deer hunting. So my lever action, I got it set up to use 300 grain subsonic ammo now, and then I got the Ruger semi-auto, so I can when I ain't worried about being quiet.
yeah. If you're going to use a gun, you might as well not worry about it when it comes to being quiet, unless you're going to use silencer.
That's one thing I was considered buying, and I don't know for whatever. I don't. I don't want nobody. I would love to have one, but I don't really care much for.
You're going to be only limited to when you're going to be able to use it, because they wear out after time, unless you got parts to keep them going.
I was hoping they would pass that the Hearing Protection Act. I was just
that would have been perfect.
I love that, but
I had a feeling it was going to get shut down though.
Yeah, they did you notice the timing of that? That was
right around that Vegas shooting.
Yes, sir. And they had the Vegas shooting, and then they got on TV and they started going, well, now we just had a big shooting. Now, if he'd had a suppressor, nobody would know to shoot, nobody would know to run.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, but yeah, that happened at the same time.
I was pretty bummed about that. Yeah, I just got a letter from Mel, just talking here in general. I just got a letter from Pennsylvania for a license in Pennsylvania that I had for my CCW, and they're not gonna honor out-of-staters anymore.
Do you live in where?
Ohio. I got a Kentucky license and I got the Ohio, but I went and got Pennsylvania so I could go into Pennsylvania. But now I guess Ohio now honors, or Pennsylvania honors Ohio. But at the time they didn't when I got the license.
No, Virginia is our CCW license, they're recognized in quite a few states. You know, I'm assuming you get on that you can get on them reciprocity maps and see all the states that recognize your license.
Yep, I did that last night.
That's a
But
pretty handy thing to have.
oh yeah, you got to double check it all the time. It's changing, so
Yeah,
it's just a shame that none of the states can come to terms that we're not criminals and that we should be able to carry in all the states as long as we have a CCW in our own state.
right. I agree. I think I think about just about every state that touches Virginia, I can carry in, like North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia. I'm thinking maybe I don't Maryland. I'm not so sure about anymore, but
What about South Carolina? Because I know
I
they kind
think
of,
they recognize ours. I can't.
yeah,
There's a lot of states that do recognize Virginia.
yeah.
Um, believe
It's
it or
been
not,
about.
go ahead.
I was gonna say it's been about a year or so since I drove through Virginia. So,
Uh, but believe it or not, when I went down to Texas to go on that hog hunt, I checked the reciprocity map, and we would we Georgia didn't recognize our permit. Um, 3 out of 4 of us that was on that trip, we had concealed weapons, and we was only in Georgia for like 30 minutes, on the interstate passing through, and but I checked the map and they didn't recognize it, but we cruised on through with no problems in Georgia. We did get pulled over in Louisiana. We was trying to get to the Duck Dynasty store before it closed. We was doing about 80 miles coming, coming over in the 70, and we was right. What was we? Shoot, it was a Chevrolet. Was it a Trailblazer? I don't know. It was brand new. Like when we got it from we rented it. It had just a couple of thousand, maybe 1,000 miles on it when we rented it from the Enterprise. When we come back, it had like 4,000 miles on it. But we had that thing in the wind down there.
yeah, that's
We were
kind of
running.
that's that had been a lot of fun going down there to Texas.
Oh man, it was a blast. I recommend. You know, I come to a point in my life. I thought I'm only going to live once. I need to do as much as I can before I die. And that was just one thing that popped up. I thought, hey, I need to go do that. And we had a blast. We set up we had a steel hunt down there too. It was a steel hunt for pigs and coyotes, but and yeah, we just had a blast. We hunted in 3 different places. We only had the one helicopter hunt, and then the rest was on the ground. We
That would
made
have
some
been
contact.
that would have been awesome. Out of a freaking helicopter would be awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I just wish I had a binary trigger in my AR when I was young. That'd been even more fun.
Oh yeah.
There was like we was up in the air, and there was like deer everywhere on the ground, man. It was
you you guys didn't have an opportunity for deer, or just
oh
hog?
no, just hogs, yeah.
Yeah, that's because you had tags, or did you have tags?
Uh, we were out. It was out. It was actually out of the deer season. We were, but I mean, you couldn't hunt deer from a helicopter, no way. But
Yeah. Well, I guess down there in Texas, though, some of them farms and stuff, they're overran with quite a bit of the deer. I don't know how true that is. You there?
Oh, can you hear me now? Still there?
You still
Okay.
there? You still there,
I
John?
guess. Yeah. Yeah. My internet went out or something.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm back now.
All right.
That's one thing about living in the country.
Oh yeah, I got you. I have the same issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, to get back to short barrel rifles and stuff, that was kind of the reason I'm leaning on short barrel rifles because it got CCW, and I'd like to be able to have something in my vehicle. So you can't have a loaded rifle in the state of Ohio in your vehicle.
Oh, okay. AR-15.
Well, you can have an AR-15 pistol.
Pistol, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's if as long as it's classified as a pistol, your CCW will cover
it. Chuck Carr said binary trigger, laugh out loud. But yeah, we was talking about the I was getting ready to say something about the Vegas shooter and I got cut off. But anyway, must be the who's of but anyway, they tried to claim that the Vegas guy was not political. It was not a political shooting, but I really believe it was. But if you think about, country music, most people who are listening to country music are conservatives, and so. And another thing I heard, the guy events he started preparing for this in like October, November. He said somebody said something. The events, he started preparing events going on back in. They never up and said just in case Trump got elected, but that was about the time of the Trump election, and so I believe a lot of mass shootings are politically motivated. Or look at the type of people. Uh, the people that commit these shootings are usually people of low morals, and which political party has the lowest morals? you know, I'm pretty much pro-life. I'm pro-gun. So I really don't believe in abortion. I go to church, but yeah, I look at the other party, the party that wants to do away with church, and the party that wants to do away with you being able to discipline your children, and so yeah, I believe a lot of these mass shootings are politically motivated, whether the news media wants to admit it or not, and just saying,
Seems like quite a few of them have been political motivated, if you ask me, over the last at least 10 years or so.
Yeah. I think a lot of it, I think it's more of a society. It's more about how kids are raised these days more than anything. That's it's a society problem. And when I come back, I ain't a real big fan of Muslims myself, but I don't know. We probably shouldn't get into that, but I'm just not a big fan of the Muslims in this country. I mean, they can't. There's lots of religions in the world, and there's most of the religions don't tell you go kill unbelievers, or we don't have people other religions doing that stuff that the Muslims do, and I don't know. I guess I better not get too far down that rabbit hole.
Well, it's a definite concern, and I hear you.
Yeah.
I get concerned because in my area where I live, when I go to the city, it's pretty heavily populated with quite a few.
Yeah. But well, I mean, I spent a couple years in Iraq, so I'm not going to be a big fan of them. We
I've talked to several of them here just to get a feel for what their thinking is, and we're never going to get it in here in America to how they think. We're never going to get it.
Yeah.
That's their way. It's just like them coming over here. They don't understand us, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big supporter of Donald Trump and the things he was saying, and even the things some of the things he's doing now. I really liked his ideas when he was running, and he's tried to do most everything he said he was going to do. Some of the stuff about this gun ban, I'm not agreeing with him on. He's flip flopping, but he has.
I kind of was worried about that because he's done it in the past.
Yeah.
That was a concern. But like you said, he's trying to at least do some things that he said he was going to do, and that's more I can say than what the last administration did.
Yeah, but it seemed like he's putting people back to work. Oh, it's the West Virginian. I got a little liberal girl on Facebook. Me and her, we have these discussions a lot, but she wasn't a big fan of the coal mines. I'm like, people vote. The reason people vote the way they vote to protect their way of life. And if somebody says I'm going to open the coal mines back up, well he's offering their life back. The people in West Virginia are hurting, and
absolutely. Yeah, I got family that's right across the river from West Virginia, and they're hurting from it too because they had a lot of those jobs and now they're gone.
Yep, but my dad, his family, they all come from West Virginia, and I'd hear his stories about what they had to do to survive up there, and it's I guess it's a total different world up there in West Virginia than it is in other places. And
absolutely, it's a country of its own, in my opinion. The people are different.
So, yeah,
I got family in West Virginia and Kentucky, both.
It seems like Donald Trump's trying to put us back to work, and that's a good thing.
Yes,
I've been seeing on Facebook where a couple of idle steel mills have, they've been able to start them back up. If I ain't mistaken, the steel mills have to, to smelt steel, you have to have the coal. That's a couple of things that he has done, and whether anybody wants to admit it or not. But for the most part, I'll go ahead.
We can't be dependent on just solar power or just one source of power. We need to use all sources of power.
Right, gotcha. But
I'm okay with solar. Or wind, but I think we should be using the coal. There's plenty of it to go around, and I think they're just telling us there's not.
I don't know if you can mess up the earth as bad as the liberals say you can. I don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's anything we'll ever know, but
yeah.
The Eagle says he said we love him in PA.
Yep, PA's another one. They're very dependent on the coal.
Yeah. I've been deployed with a couple of PA units to the Middle East. One of them was a Pittsburgh unit, and the other one was a Reading unit. I deployed both of them. But, there's a lot of I like the people in PA pretty good. I never had never really had a bad experience in PA. I actually got a really good friend up there. One of the guys I met from the Reading unit.
Well, that's most of these bigger cities, though. You got it's a different world. I live about
Yeah,
20 minutes or 25 minutes from the biggest city, so from me, and it's I would say probably like a medium city, medium sized.
I'm about an hour away from any large city.
Yeah, that's nice. It's not convenient, but it's nice. If you need to buy
Yeah,
something that's big, you know what I mean, a big purchase.
yeah. I've got a small city here, not about 20, 15, 20 minutes away. I got a Walmart and Lowe's Hardware 10 minutes from me, so I'm good. I'm pretty good. Good shape.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as long as you got that, something for groceries and maybe a place to go get medical attention if you need it. It's about all
Yeah,
you
there's
need.
a hospital.
That's all you
There's
need.
a little. Yeah, there's a little hospital, but if anybody has has a serious illness, they have to either airlift them or drive them to one of the bigger cities.
Yeah. 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 We get a lot of airlifts out where we're at. Most of
Chris,
them get flooded in.
Chris McBee says he's 45 minutes from Chattanooga. Uh, I've been to Chattanooga twice. See, both of them. Well, it was both of them on vacation. I like Chattanooga. I went up there on Lookout Mountain. I was a big Civil War buff, and so that's why I went to Lookout Mountain. I like Chattanooga. When I was there, they got these. You ever seen them ducks? It's like a World War II amphibious vehicle. They
Oh
do
yeah.
tours with.
Yeah.
They they
Those things are
do a
awesome.
tour. They take you down the Tennessee River. So when I was down there in Chattanooga the first time, I did the duck ride. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Those aren't very fast, are they?
No, no, they are not fast. I think the Army, it was around. They had it in World War II, but they never actually fielded it or something. I think that's what they said, and I think speed might have been the issue.
Yeah.
Chuck Connors says he lost his job under Obama, got it back under Trump.
Yeah. I know quite a few lost their jobs.
And Chris McBee says he rode the duck, said he wanted one. Yeah, it was definitely different. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we drove right down the public boat landing into the Tennessee River. They drove us up, floated us up the river a while, turned back around, come back out of the water.
It's a perfect world when it comes to that mobility for an outdoorsman.
Yeah,
You be on land or in the water.
I used to think about getting one of them Argos, but I really no more waterways is close to me. It really wouldn't benefit me to have one of them Argos.
Yeah. Hey, how's them
They're pretty.
ducks of yours going? By the way.
My, my ducks.
Yeah.
I actually, since the temperature is supposed to warm up this week, I actually moved them outside. I think they're close to a month old now. They're 3 or 4 weeks old, and I've actually moved them outside. They got a heat lamp, so if it's like I got them in like a little box house, and the heat lamp's in there. So if they get too cold, they can always go in their house and warm up. So, but
Yeah.
after I get these raised up pretty good, I got to go to Fort Pickett here in about a week, and after I get back, I'm gonna try to get me some more mallards and start off some more small ones. And I want to try to build a pen down at my pond where I can get them used to swimming a little bit, and where they can run back and get in that lot on the bank and be safe That's kind of hard to explain. I guess I'll just have to do a video when I actually build a little lot. But I want to build something where foxes and coons can't get to them, but they can still go out and swim.
Have you seen the other mallards that was flying up through there? You said you had a pair.
Yeah, they've been around this season today. They've been coming around more than they normally do. I'm thinking they might. I'm hoping they start them a little family. They started down here at my pond, it'd be good. But I don't know if she comes. I don't know if you see my duck house. I got a floating duck house out on my pond. I built it for them to be safe. But baby ducks. I've heard people say if a baby duck can't get out of the water, they can drown. So I don't know if it's an ideal place for her to have babies, but she does come down here and lays her eggs, and then they'll go fly off somewhere else for a while.
Well, when they nest out in the wild, I've seen them just nest right up on the bank.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the biggest problem I see is always going to be predators. Foxes, coyotes, coons. I guess a possum would kill them if it could, but if it can get to them.
Possum kills
about anything.
They kill chickens, so I'd imagine they'll kill a duck. Possum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem was possum and raccoon.
Yep. I bought some Hasco game cams from Walmart. They was like $25 a piece. I went back and bought two more. I set one up on I got a blue barrel where I feed ducks or put the duck food, and I put the camera there, and I actually got pictures of 3 coons in there eating. I guess they were eating. One of them was in the little blue house. So I may have to.
They'll eat all that food.
Yeah, they do. Sometimes I'll open
a chicken house. Same thing. They'll get in that chicken pen and just tear up all that chicken food. They'll even eat all the eggs up.
Yep, they sure will. They're just scavengers. They eat what they'll kill what won't kill them first.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. But, you guys got fox or anything like that down there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got fox, coons, skunks, possum, coyotes.
Yeah, I had a little problem with fox there for a little bit.
Black bears.
That's another.
I haven't seen any. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we don't have black bear where I'm at, so that would probably be a thing to deal with.
My brother-in-law and sister, they had some chickens been several years ago, and I reckon the black bear got into their chicken house. It broke a door. It was like a plywood door, and it was they didn't build it small. They built the door big, and I guess the black bear got its claws under it and jerked it open, killed all their chickens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't want to run your discussion, but you wanted to talk about SHTF weapons, so you want to get back on track on that, you can. I just
okay. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I'm glad to have somebody on here talking to me. But I think I invite. I ain't going to post no link down below again like I did that time.
Time. That really didn't help. Yeah, I imagine there's other guys on here got on here just to talk about this, the SHTF weapons. I know Chris gets on quite a bit. That McBee, I've noticed him.
Yeah. One of the things I heard it in a discussion last night, and it irks me to no end to hear somebody tell people this. And I don't know if you're a hunter or not, or I think you are, but is using bows, and this is what prompted this, is using bows and muzzleloaders as SHTF weapons. And I am not a proponent of using them for serious weapons because I've hunted with them the past 20 years. And that
Not,
was kind of thing.
I'd put it this way, and I wouldn't use it as a defense weapon. I'd use it for hunting purposes, but that would be it. You know, if you wanted to go do something like a bow for quiet, if you wanted to go hunt somewhere and be quiet. But other than that, defensive wise, no. That's
I
too
totally agree.
too primitive.
Yeah, I've you know, it seems like when you're when you're bow hunting or muzzle loading, it seems like anything that could possibly go wrong usually will go wrong.
Yeah.
And you know, I wouldn't want that in defense situation. And there was talk about Dave Canterbury, and Dave Canterbury's got some really interesting projects, you know, as far as his muzzle loading 12 gauge shotgun.
Yeah.
And
I actually
Dave
like
Canterbury, he tries to keep tradition alive. And
well, he doesn't want people to forget. I think that's the big thing with him.
Yeah.
He realizes in general we've lost our way as far as those kind of skills. That was something our grandfathers and before that, you know, most of them used. But my father's age and your father's age has probably lost a lot of that.
Yeah. Hey, I'm actually going to have to cut this off.
Okay.
All right, man. Hey, it was good talking to all y'all. Maybe we can do this again sometime. Maybe next time we'll get a few more people. And
yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody. I gotta get off
John.
here. Hate to cut it short.
Yep. You have a good day, bud. Or good night. All right. Bye.
Thank y'all for joining me. Bye. Hello. I was outside and I had to run inside. Heard you calling.